at St. Mary's International School, Haimen Knowledge Link Group Incorporated in Haimen City, Republic of China from August 2019 to present. A researcher, a moderator, and a scholar. Ladies and gentlemen, to discuss the topic entitled Human Environment COVID-19, let's welcome Mr. Dante Arboleda. Hi, sir. Good evening.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, so can I start now presenting my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on, guys. So just give me some time while I'm pulling the PowerPoint presentation from my computer. Okay, can you see my screen right now? Hi.
Wala pa, sir.
Oh, what happened? Sorry. Why I could not change my screen?
Ayan, pasaan ka nga yan?
Okay, there you can you see my screen now? Okay, I think it's working.
Nagatuyo pa. You're presenting to everyone. Wait lang.
Okay. So while waiting for this, I'd like to say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Yep. So today we are celebrating our Thanksgiving here because we are following the American program. So to our very active education program supervisor in Araling Tanlipunan, Dr. Lito Eldanza, sir, good morning. And to the rest of you there in the Philippines, yeah, good morning. To tell you, we have just the same time. We follow Beijing time, so whatever is your time there, we have just the same time here in Haimen. Can you see my screen now? No. It's happening. Why you can't see my screen? Nakita na nimo, sir?
Wala pa. Nakalagay lang you're presenting to everyone. Ana, wala pa yung gawas.
Why I could not share my screen?
Laban lang.
Okay, just wait, guys. Let's try to figure this out.
Now, sir.
Okay lang.
Window. Now, then shoot window.
Yan.
Then,
Wala.
then, open yung presentation mo, sir.
Just one. Can you see that?
Yeah, okay na, Dan. Yes,
Okay.
very clear.
Yeah, okay. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your speaker for today. I was introduced. Thank you so much for that. Currently, to tell you, I am already in Haimen. Yeah, I traveled from Tianjin to Haimen just Wednesday. They have very strict policy in here, so I could not go in our campus right now. So I stayed in the hotel for another 7 days. So this is already more than 10-month quarantine. So that is how strict the government of China to really see to it that the virus could not spread into different cities in here. So anyway, I'd like to introduce to you our topic for this morning, and I hope that you're going to bear with me because you know we are using the Google Classroom, this Google Classroom or Google Meet, and we're not using Google here in China, as you know. Ban po ang Google dito. but I'm using right now the VPN to connect with you. Okay, so just bear with me if ever magkaroon ng problema sa connection, just wait for a while so I can reconnect. Okay, so our focus for this morning are the following. First, we're going to discuss environment and its effect to human lives. As I see in your presentation, and in your tarpaulin, I think you have, I saw there that your topic is more on human environment. And I think it's vital that we're going to discuss also the, the environment where the human is living, right? It's not only the environment among, I mean, yung, yung, yung lahat ng tao, tapos andun ka nakaano, you are with them. That is what we call environment, right? But what I'm trying to say is that I think it's okay also to discuss the environment where human live. Okay, so that's one of our focus. Next, we will discuss the virus and its characteristics, and finally, we will discuss how China uh, combat this COVID-19. So these are our focus for today. Okay, so I'd like to ask you your own perspective about the following question. So if you have any idea about this, you can raise your hand and then participate. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Are you ready? Yeah, so if you're ready, just raise your hand. So, share your insight. Do you believe that calamities, which we are, uh, which are responsible for destroying human properties and lives, are just part of the natural processes? You should defend your answer. Yeah, I'm just getting your point of view about this. So, anyone? No one? Anyone from the participants who can share their insight about this? Well, I don't know the platform of Google Meet. This is my first time actually to use the Google platform. Maybe they could not answer this one, or if you have, you can just write your answer on the comment. And someone who is responsible for facilitating the training probably could read the reaction of the participants.
Hindi siguro si Joey Liami. Joey Liami.
Yes.
Ma'am Joey. Joey Liami. Can you answer the question of Sir Dante? Paki-unmute your microphone. Joey Liami. Ma'am, unmute yung microphone mo, ma'am. Unmute.
Okay. So do you believe that calamities which are responsible for destroying human properties and lives are just part of a natural process? Defend your answer.
Go.
Parang ano, we should do.
It's okay. Just your point of view.
Okay. Well, it is part of a natural processes, sir. I do believe that it is part of natural processes. Only that human activities was able to destroy our natural resources that leads to the calamities which also destroy humans. So parang
Okay.
nag-ano siya, sir.
Yeah, perfect answer. I like your answer. That's actually really the correct answer for this question. But we will discuss more of this later. Okay, thank you, Mom. Let's proceed to the next question. I have actually 3 questions in here before jumping into our real topic. Okay, the next question. Do you consider virus a living thing? Defend your answer. Any volunteer who will answer this question? Come on. Come on, guys. It's okay. You can speak Filipino. Pwede tayong mag-Tagalog dito. I'm not well versed also in English.
Pwede si Marjorie, pwede si Melanie, please. Or Alvin,
please.
You can answer. Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, good morning, sir. Morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Virus is a living thing as far as I know. Dahil ito po yung nakaka-affect po sa kalusugan ng lahat ng tao na sa ngayon. Marami pong namamatay. Kaya nga magawa ng mga paraan ang ating pamahalaan upang sa ganun ay mabigyan ng solusyon itong problema na po ito. Yan lang po, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Awesome answer. Okay, let's proceed to next question. Let's answer this question again later. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Based on your own perspective, why other countries were able to control the spread of COVID-19? Well, in the Philippines, they have their own way. Our government has its own way on how to control the spread of COVID-19. Right? But why is it other countries are very successful in controlling the spreading of COVID-19?
Sir Dante, hello.
Hi. Yeah, please share your insight about this.
Yeah, I've heard, it's not an hearsay, but I do really heard it from one of the foreigners that I've known. Filipinos are lack of self-discipline. That's really their connotation to the Philippines. It's hard. We're not an abiding citizen, and so I believe that's really the great what's this factor why we don't have that very successful having that precautionary measure controlling the spread of coronavirus.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Ma'am, for sharing your insights. Okay, so in order to answer again the questions that I posted on your screen, we will discuss first what is environment. Okay, so let's start in here. Let's know our planet. Our planet Earth is the only planet in the solar system that can sustain life. The question is, what are in the planet Earth? Why it is the only planet in the solar system that can sustain life? Well, we have water. We have water that other planets don't have. But currently, as you know, if you are aware, yung NASA, as you know, they are studying and they are studying the planet Mars. And recently, they discovered frozen water on Mars. And probably that could be a solution to the problem in the future. Like if the Earth is not inhabitable place for the organisms in the future, then probably we can migrate to the planet Mars. But that of course will happen very, very long. I mean, there are a lot of things to be considered para pwede tayong tumira doon sa planet Mars. But for now, our planet is a very good planet. It has a lot of water in it. The amount of oxygen is just enough. If you learn that in science, 78% is nitrogen, 21% is oxygen, and 1% other gases, which comprises carbon dioxide, methane, vapor, and more. So this kind of atmosphere, this kind of environment is really suitable for organisms to thrive here on Earth. And that makes Earth unique among other planets. Okay? So our planet is home of diverse fauna and flora. As you notice, we can see diverse organisms. Yeah, we can see different animals and plants that interacting together in order to sustain life in here on Earth. Okay? That's our planet. So this is the beautiful view. This is our planet before, which we have access on quality water. So very clean water, very clean air, and look at the ambience of the environment. It's like uh, it's free from pollution. Actually, now it's really different. Okay, I'll show you the picture. So these pictures are pictures that will depict what is before and after. So you can see on the left side the picture of Brazil forest, which is the Amazon forest, yeah, taken June 28, 1975. And on the right side, you can see this same spot, but this picture was taken August 16, 2009. And you can see that the forests are already, I mean, the trees in the forest are gone. So what happened? What happened? Bakit nawala yung mga puno dyan? Okay, so another picture. So you can see in this picture, our river. So before, napakalinis ng river natin, and now look at this kind of river. Okay, in fact, here in China, when you go to the river, the water is very, very dirty. That's why most of the people here don't have that access on really clean water, free water. Everything here, binibili. So, katulad ng drinking water sa atin dyan, though most of us also in the Philippines, binibili na din ng water. Pero there are some people na pwede din lang sila kumuha ng water dyan sa deep well. It's for free, right? But in here, the water is very, very dirty. And I think we are experiencing this also in the Philippines. Like when you go to Manila, I've been in Manila, particularly in Makati. Before ako pumunta dito, tumira ako doon 3 months. And the building is just near Pasig River. And every time I look at the river, sabi ko, bakit ang dumi-dumi ng tubig? I mean, the color of the water is not, you can really say na hindi siya safe. The color of the water, you can really say na polluted siya. Okay? So, next picture. So, this is a picture that depicts the difference of what happened to Manhattan in USA. So, the first picture you can see on the upper portion that was taken 1609, and you can see there are a lot of trees in there. But look at the picture which was taken 2009. You can see that it's not anymore. You can see that it's not anymore forest of trees, but it's like a forest of buildings, right? So next, so this is now what is happening to us because of too much getting of natural resources from our planet Earth. So our planet Earth is really suffering. So we experience drought, experience very strong typhoon. It's not an ordinary typhoon, it's a very strong typhoon. And diseases because of pollution, right? So actually, all of these things, guys, are happening naturally. But ngayon, hindi na siya ganun kumbaga katulad ng bagyo. It's natural. It is happening in our planet Earth, and it's natural. That is because of the temperature that we have on the planet Earth. So nangyayari yung bagyo dahil sa kailangan i-distribute yung heat. Okay? I-distribute yung water. But what is happening now is different. May bagyo siya, pero super lakas ng bagyo. Okay? And look at the air, the quality of air. You can see that on the left side, merong tao dyan nakatayo, tapos he's wearing the mask. So, the air is really polluted. And scientists are figuring out, and they are thinking that in the future, probably air is not for free, just like what happened to the water. Before, you can just get water anywhere and drink the water. Pero ngayon, binibili na natin yung water natin, naka-bottle na siya. So time will come if we will not going to protect our environment. we will buy also oxygen. Like every kung saan man tayo pupunta in the future, we will have that oxygen tank in our back, yeah, or bringing our oxygen tank because oxygen is not that available on our environment. Yeah, nakikita lang natin yun sa mga movies. Pero in the future, if you're not going to take good care of our environment, talagang mangyayari yun. Okay, look at the drought. Nakikita natin sa right side, the person, they are walking on like, parang sa ano yan, sa palayan, but you can see that there is no water. And you know, in other side of the world, they are experiencing really drought. May nakita nga akong picture somewhere in Sudan, I think that is in Sudan, na wala silang water. Iniinom na nila yung ihi ng ano, baka. Kung ano, very dirty water talaga. Yun yung nakukuha nila. So lucky for us because we have that clean water in the Philippines. So why I am showing this to you right now? Because I want you to realize na mas magiging worse pa ang mangyayari in the future if we will not take action to the problem that we have right now. We will not address the issue that we have right now relative to pollution, relative to global warming, and so on and so forth. Now, nung nag-attend ako ng training dyan sa Cagayan de Oro, together with the experts and scientists, kasi yung mga speakers namin, mga scientists at saka experts, sabi nila, Earth will be, yung heat ng Earth, mag-warm daw, sabi nila. It will not go down the temperature of our planet Earth. So we will expect na talagang time will come na magiging worse talaga yung environment natin. Pero sabi nila, meron pa tayong paraan para makorek ito. And that is, of course, gas-gas na ito, pero sasabihin ko, we're going to plant more trees. That is the only way that we can really save our planet Earth. Why? Why I'm telling this to you? Because as you know, let's go back into science. Sinabi ko kanina, our atmosphere comprises of 21% oxygen gas, 78% nitrogen gas, and 1% other gases, right? That includes carbon dioxide. So just imagine, out of that 1%, 1% other gases, nandun pa si carbon dioxide, nakihati pa siya doon. But what is happening now to our atmosphere? Dumami ang carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Eh bakit ngayon, Mr. Dante Arboleda, pag dadami ang ating carbon dioxide sa atmosphere, ano palang nangyayari? Carbon dioxide is just one among the GHGs. GHGs are the greenhouse gases. This kind of gases trap the heat that enters our planet Earth. So it's like this is the planet, and then heat will comes into our planet. And the natural process is that 1% will be absorbed, right? And the other heat will be bounced back to our outer space. Pero nangyayari hindi. That's because of too much carbon dioxide and GHGs that are found in our atmosphere. So our atmosphere envelops our planet Earth. It protects us from ultraviolet rays. It protects us from foreign heavenly bodies, like for example, comets. Yep. So pagpapasok yung comets, nakikita natin para siyang natutunaw. Tapos nag-change siya into meteorites. So that's how important our atmosphere. However, too much amount of these GHGs on our atmosphere may lead to global warming. Now, most of us define global warming and greenhouse effect, we define them the same, but actually they're not the same. When we say greenhouse effect, it's a natural process to heat our planet Earth because we want it. Organisms like to thrive on a certain environment na hindi masyado malamig. hindi din masyadong mainit. So greenhouse effect is vital in our planet Earth for the organisms to survive. But what is happening now is mas maraming pumasok na heat sa planet natin. At hindi na sila, itong heat na ito, hindi na nababounce back pabalik sa outer space. So, mas umiinit at umiinit at umiinit ang ating mundo. Dahil dito, na-experience natin yung tinatawag natin global warming. Because of too much heat, yung mga water natin like sa ocean, sa lakes, mas maraming nag-evaporate. Dahil sa mas maraming nag-evaporate, ayan na, lumalabas na yung mga monsters na na typhoon, na napakalakas na typhoon. It's not an ordinary typhoon. Yeah. At dahil dito, because of the warming, climate change is happening. So many of the scientists do not believe also that climate change really exists because they said this is a natural process. Other scientists will say, bakit hindi kayo naniniwala? Meron na nga tayong mga evidences. One evidence is that, look at the path of of yung bagyo natin. Before, ang path ng bagyo, nandun lang yan sa banda sa northern part of Luzon or near Visayas. But sometimes, yung bagyo bumababa na ngayon sa Mindanao. Like, the northern part of Mindanao, nakaka-experience sila ng napakalakas ng bagyo. So, it is already an evidence na there is really climate change. When we say climate change, let's define it in a very simple way. Change in climate. Let's say we have the climate before, right? Pero nangyari, nag-change na siya. That's because of global warming. And who are the contributors of these GHGs that could cause global warming? Tayo mga tao ang contributors dito. Right? So tayo din pala ang sumisira ng ating environment. Yes, sinasabi ninyo, itong topic na ito, gas-gas na ito, kasi nalaman nyo na ito nung kayo ay elementary, nung kayo ay high school, na-discuss na rin ito nung kayo ay college. And then up to now, maraming mga advocates na nag-discuss ito sa atin. Pero, anong ginagawa ng mga tao? Binabaliwala lang natin. So what should be the best solution in order to solve this problem? Napaisip ako doon sa sagot ni Ma'am kanina, yung first question. Diba may sumagot doon kanina na sabi niya, ang tao ang dahilan kung bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng problema ngayon sa planet Earth. That's correct. And she made mention also na too much yung pagkuha natin ng natural resources. That's right. Our planet Earth has a lot of natural resources to support life. But it is limited to certain numbers. You get my point? That's what we call capacity. So ang Earth natin, meron lang siyang ganong resources na i-offer for certain number of population. Ganito lang dapat na amount. However, nag-exceed tayo, dumami yung mga tao. Napaisip tuloy ako, what should be the best solution para hindi ma-overused yung ating natural resources in the Philippines? Do you have an idea? If you have any idea, you can write your answer on the chat box so we can see your answers. Actually, I'm looking also into that. Yeah. Yeah, I can see my... Yeah, it's weird. I can see I can hear my voice also on the other side. So that's it. If you have answer to this question, just write your answer on the comment box so that other people can see your perspective or your point of view about this. So ano ba yung pinaka-best solution natin na yung planet Earth makabigay sa atin ng natural resources pero hindi din siya madadamage? That's the thing. So, one best solution is to have family planning. Yeah. Kaya tayo nagkakaproblema ngayon kasi overpopulated ang ating mundo. Dahil sa sobrang dami ng tao, we need a lot of natural resources from the planet Earth. To the point na hindi na kayang mag-support ng planet Earth. Tingnan nyo, yung mga puno, puputulin natin dahil gagawin natin ng bahay at kung ano-ano mga bagay. So, nababawasan ng puno. Dahil dito, nag-i-increase ang carbon dioxide in our atmosphere because the trees are responsible for absorbing the carbon dioxide and then use that for their photosynthesis and replace it with the oxygen that we need. So dapat mas marami ang puno compared sa tao, right? So that's natural. Pero ang ginagawa ng tao parang in-alter natin yung natural process. And that is the reason why nagkakaproblema tayo ngayon. Okay? So this topic, I know, gas-gas na ito sa inyo, pero kailangan na natin mag-action before it's too late. Right? Maybe that is the reason why NASA are trying to study Mars, because they know that in the future this place will not become a habitable place for us. Yeah, hindi na siya magiging habitable place for us. So they want to study Mars. And good news naman, may nakita silang water doon. Probably living organisms can thrive there. And they're going to plant trees in there, so carbon dioxide will be produced in that particular planet, and we can live in there. It's like that. But of course, hindi ganun kadali yun. We still love to stay in our planet Earth. Now, we need to solve the problem before it's too late. Okay, now let's go directly into our next topic, which is why phenomena like this are happening. Is it natural or not natural? Well, the different processes like typhoons, earthquake, these are natural phenomena. Nangyayari talaga ito kahit noon pa. Pero, yung tawag dito, yung level ng damage na gawa nila ay parang masabi mo not natural because people are altering this processes. Ina-alter natin yung processes na ito. At dahil dito, hindi na siya, kumbaga, there's a saying in science na kahit anong gawin mo sa isang bagay, babalik at babalik siya sa natural process. And if you're going to alter the process, it will create problem. So, ganun nangyayari. Meron siyang tamang proseso sana. Pero hindi na ganung proseso ang nangyayari because we people are altering the natural process. Okay? Next. Now, one of the problems that we have right now are diseases. Is it natural? The answer is yes. It is part of a natural process. We call it in science symbiotic relationship. Bacteria, that's natural. That's part of our environment. Virus, they are natural. That's part of our environment. Kailangan ba sila sa ating environment? Of course, they are vital. Because they are responsible for decomposing dead matters. So in biology or in science, we believe that things like diseases are just a natural process. Nagiging worse lang siya because, ngayon na nga, sinasabi natin kanina, we don't know how to handle them. And then second, ina-alter natin yung tamang proseso. Okay? Kaya sila dumadami. Now, this symbiotic relationship must exist in our environment to maintain a balanced ecosystem. Kapag pinatay mo ginamit mo, tawag ito, in-overuse mo yung isang organism at pinatay mo sila lahat. So, the natural process will change. Example, I'll give you an example. Like you're going to kill the frogs because you use the frogs for your experiment. Dahil dito, dadami yung lamok kasi wala nang kakain. Wala nang kakain sa lamok kasi pinatay mo yung frogs. Many of the children are using gagamba. Pinaglalaroan ng gagamba. They are important in our environment. They maintain stability of our environment. Pero ang ginagawa natin, change natin yon kasi ino-overuse natin sila. Trees, they are there to absorb in carbon dioxide. Pero ginagawa ng tao, we overuse the trees. That's why nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming problema. Nagkakaroon ng imbalance sa ating ecosystem. Okay, so diseases are just natural, guys. Okay? But nagiging worse siya dahil ina-alter natin yung tamang proseso. Okay, are microbes natural? The answer is yes. In fact, they are the first organisms to thrive here on Earth. If you're going to study biology, and I know that we have our own beliefs, right? Sinasabi dun sa Bible or sa ano man yung paniniwala ninyo, na create tayo ng ating buong may kapal. That's right. But if you're going to study biology, biology will tell you na yung life dito sa Earth ay nagsimula doon sa mga rocks. These rocks contains minerals. These minerals resembles themselves, combine to one another in order to create biochemicals. This is very chemistry. Biochemicals are chemicals chemicals where life begins. Yeah. Example is the DNA, our deoxyribonucleic acid. If you're going to study the DNA, it is made up of phosphate, of nitrogen, of oxygen, and hydrogen. Right? Ito yun siya. At ito, nanggaling ito sa mga rocks. Nag-combine sila in order to form biomolecules. Itong biomolecules ngayon, ito na yung nagiging DNA. Yung DNA is found in your cell. And as we know, all living things have cells. Right? So if you're going to study biology, sabihin ng biologist sa iyo na yung pinakauna-una nag-thrive dito sa Earth are prokaryotic organisms. They are single-cell organisms. And they are microbes. They are bacteria. So sila yung pinakauna-una. In short, they are our ancestors. Yan yung sinasabi ng biology. Now, as time goes by, itong mga prokaryotic cells na ito nag-undergo ng evolution. I think you know what is evolution, right? So, nag-evolve siya and then nagiging from prokaryotic, nagiging eukaryotic na siya. Yung eukaryotic cell na ito na yung type of cells that we have in our body. It's a complex cell. Now, I will not touch about that, more of that, because that is more chemistry and biology. But I want you to understand na itong mga diseases, itong mga microorganisms which are responsible for diseases are part of our environment. Nagiging ganun lang sila, mas dumami lang sila because we alter the natural process. Okay? I hope you're just okay in there. Okay, now let's go to the virus because maraming misconception dito sa virus. Let's go to the virus. There's a question there. Is a virus a living thing or a non-living thing? Some of you, in fact, isa kanina nagsabi it's a living thing. Now to tell you, virus is a non-living thing. So can you kill a non-living thing? You think, can you kill a non-living thing? Kasi wala siyang buhay. Right? Virus has no life. Bakit ko sinabi to? When you're going to study biology, there are 7 characteristics of an organism. Itong 7 characteristics na ito ng organisms, dapat lahat ng yon mapoposes ng isang bagay para masabi natin na siya ay talagang living thing. Well, yung virus na ito, there are some characteristics in there na wala siya. Isa doon yung pag-replicate. It has no ability to replicate. Therefore, virus is a non-living thing. Now, the question is, kung hindi siya living thing, Bakit? Bakit nag-i-infect siya ng cell? Sige nga, kung alam niyo yung sagot, dito, you can just unmute your microphone and say something. Okay? Or you can just write your answer in the comment box. I can actually see your answers. Come on, guys. Virus is a non-living thing. Pero bakit siya nakakakos ng disease if it is not a living thing? Yeah, I like the comment of Ma'am Lunita. Yeah, Lunita. She said here, we should also plant more trees, sir, to replace trees that were cutted. That's right, you got it right. So while waiting for your answer, let's read some of the response of the participants here, because I want as much as possible that this particular seminar or training is interactive as much as possible. Okay. I think you can see their answers as well on the chat box or on the comment box. Okay. So let's orient ourselves. What is really a virus? Para pag nag-share tayo, kasi teacher tayo, right? Pag nag-share tayo ng ating ideas, totoo. Kasi meron siyang basihan. Okay. So virus are not living things. They are not living things, and they do not possess all the some of the characteristics of living things, and one of which is the ability to replicate. Ngayon, sasabihin niyo ngayon sa akin na, oy, Mr. Dante Arboleda, sinasabi mong they do not have ability to replicate. Bakit sila dumadami? Kasi kung hindi sila dumadami, Mr. Dante Arboleda, edi sana isang tao lang ang nagkaroon ng COVID-19. Bakit ngayon? Parang ang nangyayari, parang dumadami ata yung COVID-19 cases sa ating bansa at sa ibang bansa. It means na dumadami sila. Right? Yeah. Your observation is also correct. Virus is not a living thing. But when they invade your cell, that's the time they can replicate. So, yung kumbaga, let's make it simple. Ang virus is like a parasite. Kung sa labas siya ng cell, wala siyang buhay. Parang gano'n. Once mag-invade siya ng cell mo, pagkakaroon siya ng buhay. Na anong ginagawa niya dun sa cell mo? Ang ginagawa niya dun sa cell mo is minumutate niya yung cell mo, yung components ng cell mo. Your cell has DNA, right? So, chini-change niya yung code ng DNA mo. Habang chini-change niya yun, of course, because your cell is made of DNA, pagkakaroon ng abnormalities doon sa cell. I'll give you another example. Cancer. Cancer is caused by virus. That's why until now, wala po tayong medicine for cancer. Right? I don't know if meron na kayong narinig. Pero so far, wala akong narinig na meron ng medicine that can really cure cancer. Yeah.
So virus lang.
Another, what's that? The AIDS, right? HIV. Virus din yun. Until now, parang walang antidote pa for that. Why? Because it's difficult really to kill non-living things. Pero, anong ginagawa nila dun sa cell? It's like what I told you, ang ginagawa nila, ini-invade nila yung cell mo, tapos papakialaman nila yung arrangement ng DNA mo. Once change na nila ang arrangement ng DNA mo, pagkakaroon na ngayon ng abnormalities doon sa function ng cell. And remember, your body is made of cells. So ngayon, kung nagkaroon na ng abnormalities doon sa cell mo, affected na ngayon yung tissue kung saan makikita yung cell na yon. And then, since yung tissue mo hindi na makapag-function ng maayos kasi ang cell niya nasira na, masisira na rin yung organ mo. Kasi we know na yung organ natin is made of tissues. So, kung sira na yung organ mo, yung organ system hindi na makapag-function ng maayos. This is really science, right? So, like for example, digestive system. Pag sinabi nating system, ang daming organs na nagtulong-tulong para maka-function sila as one. So, digestive system, that includes your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach, your intestine, your small intestine, and more. Like that. So, they are made of organs. So, just imagine if one organ could not function well, sabihin natin stomach. The stomach could not function well because nasira nga yung cell ninyo because of the virus. So, the digestive system could not do its job to digest your food maayos kasi nga nasira na yung stomach mo. So in totality, yung buong katawan mo hindi na hindi ka na makapag-function ng maayos dahil sa some parts of your body is already damaged. So what is this coronavirus therefore? Ang virus kasi very specific sila. Very specific sila kung anong cell ang i-invade nila. So they invade your respiratory tract. Pag sinabi natin respiratory tract, yung respiratory system mo. Usually, di ba, pag meron kang coronavirus, meron kang tubo, nagpuproduce ka ng phlegm, so masakit yung ulo mo dahil sa na-infect na yung respiratory tract mo. So they are very specific kung anong klaseng cell ang i-invade nila. Okay, so next. Now, can you kill a virus? I think we answered this question. The answer is no, because they are not living things. But yes, sinabi ko dito yes, kasi actually, pwede naman sisirain natin yung component ng virus. But we need extreme heat or corrosive chemicals. But of course, hindi naman pwedeng ilagay mo yung sarili mo sa napakainit na pinaka-mainit sa temperature, mamamatay ka din. Or you're going to expose yourself to corrosive chemicals kasi masisira din yung skin mo or masisira yung mga organs mo. Yeah, we could not kill them, pero pwede natin i-weaken ang kanilang system. Okay, so we use chemicals like alcohol, for example. Okay, now what can we do in order to protect ourselves from virus? So actually, gas-gas na rin ito kasi parating reminder ng ating government. The first one is clean your hands often, either with soap or water for 20 seconds. So ito yung pinakamagandang panlaban natin para maiwasan natin ang virus, no? Yung mag-wash ng hands. Because we cannot keep them. So what we're going to do is to away the virus we have in our hand. So ang alcohol, let's talk about alcohol. Ang alcohol, yes, nakakatulong siya. Kasi when you're going to put alcohol in your hand, parang wina-wash out mo rin yung virus. Okay? However, hindi mo siya makikill, hindi mo siya makapatay. But we can weaken the membrane of the virus kasi they are like cells as well. Parang cell din yan sila na maliit. Okay? So, kung lagyan mo ng chemical sila, weaken yung kanilang system. And so, hindi sila basta-bastang makakapit doon sa cells. I don't know kung may nakita na kayong picture ng virus. I'm sorry, I could not show it to you. Pero ang virus, meron din siya, di ba tinatawag corona? I think you can visualize it. Corona, meron siyang bilog, tapos meron siya para mga tusok-tusok. So itong mga tusok-tusok na ito, pwede natin yan siya tanggalin with the help of the chemicals like for example, alcohol or disinfectant like that. So pwede natin sila tanggalin. So they could not invade easily your cells. Okay? But the best way is really to wash your hands. Okay? Yan yung pinakapanlaban natin. So kung lalabas ka sa bahay ninyo and then you expose yourselves doon sa maraming tao kasi gumamit ka ng public transport, Pagdating mo ng bahay, kailangan maligo ka. That is to wash away the virus na kumapit dun sa katawan mo. Kasi ang delikado dun is this, you have in your hand, but once you're going to touch it in your eyes or in your nose, papasok siya doon sa system mo. And to be more specific, papasok siya doon sa cell mo. Once in-invade niya yung cell mo, it-change na ngayon yung code ng DNA mo. Kapag na-change na ang code ng DNA mo, yun na ngayon ang problema. Okay? Ganun siya. So magkakaroon ka na ng, you are infected now kasi nakapasok na sa system mo yung virus na ito. So yun siya. Okay? Next, avoid close contact with people who are sick. Not only with people that are sick. Kahit na wala silang sakit, pag nandun ka sa labas, pwede, tawag dito, practice social distancing. Nung nandun ako sa Manila, in Jensen, generals are really very good. Because nakita ko doon na siniseryoso, though meron namang mga pasaway sa Jensen, pero nakita ko talaga na during Sunday, very, yung mga generals, they are following kung ano sinasabi ng local government. So, kudos to the generals for that, lalong-lalo na pag Sunday. Kasi ako nakatira ako sa Manila for 3 months before going here in China. Nakita ko ang mga tao parang wala na rin pakialam. Wala na silang pakialam. So wala ng social distancing, hindi na pa-practice ng maayos. Kaya hindi natin na-fight yung pag-spread ng virus. Kasi sabi na yung teacher kanina, some of us are pasaway. Okay. So put distance between yourself and other people. Next, cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Yeah, lalo na dyan sa Philippines kasi marami pa. Kami na dito, konti na lang. Kami na lang actually naman yung mga Filipinos na lang ang nagko-cover. Kasi parang meron pa kaming paranoia galing dun sa Pilipinas. Marami pang cases sa atin, di ba? Sa kanila dito, wala na masyado. Well, I will tell you later kung anong meron na dito sa China. Then clean and disinfect frequently, touch object and surfaces daily. Yep, so this is why public transport talaga delikado kasi maraming nakahawak doon sa tawag nito sa mga handrails or sa mga bagay-bagay sa paligid. At tayo humahawak din doon ng doorknobs like that. And then tayo minsan nakakalimutan natin, nakahawak natin yung kamay natin sa mata natin kasi makapimot natin sa ilong or sa bunganga, something like that, or sa lips, something like that. So, pwedeng makapasok yung virus. Next, masks may help prevent people who have COVID-19 from spreading the virus to others. So, wear mask. Okay? So, yun siya. Ito yung mga ilan lang sa mga bagay na dapat natin consider. Pero yung pinaka-advice ko dyan is to clean your hand with water and soap. Yan yung pinaka-effective talaga na paraan panlaban natin sa virus. And then, pagdating mo ng bahay, maligo talaga. Huwag mo nang papasok doon sa pinakaloob ng bahay niyo. You have that area outside na pwede po na kayong maligo doon bago kayo papasok. It's like that. Okay, lalong-lalo na yung mga natin, yung sapatos. Sometimes, iba yung sapatos natin, ginagamit natin pag naglalakad tayo. Tapos yung mga ibang tao, iba sila pag dumudura. Hindi natin namamalayan yun. Nag-a-accumulate yung virus din sa ating tawag dito sa sapatos and then pinapapasok natin sa bahay yung sapatos natin. So it's not a good practice. Okay, so much of this. I will not talk about more science in here. Let's go now here, which is ito ata yung pinakagusto ni Sir Adanza. How China fight COVID-19. So dito, meron akong tatlong nakita. First, they are very strict sa kanilang policy. Ako na-experience ko mismo. Kasi, una, nandun pa kami sa Pilipinas, hindi kami basta-basta makapasok dito. Kailangan marami kaming certification na dapat i-produce. Like yung Chinese Embassy mismo ng Pilipinas, sila ang magbibigay ng certification na pwede na kaming makapag-travel balik dito. Pero bago sila magbigay, marami kang tests na pagdaanan. At sa Philippines, parang 3 test yung pinagdaanan namin dyan bago kami nakalipad dito. They are very strict. Doon pa lang pagpasok sa airport nila, 3 tests na ang kukunin nila. 3 tests. So, kukunan ka nila ng blood, kukunan ka nila ng swab, at kung ano-ano pa. They are very strict. Tapos, diretso yan. From the airport, diretso ka doon sa hotel, which is the quarantine facility nila. Doon ka sa room mo for 14 days, hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. May pulis na nakabantay sa labas. Ganun sila ka-strict. Okay? Tapos, hinahapidan kayo ng pagkain. Yung pagkain ninyo, ilalagay lang yan siya sa front door ninyo. Meron silang parang box na doon nilalagay yung pagkain mo. Okay? Tapos ikaw, kukunin mo, mag-message sila sa iyo, kukunin mo yung pagkain doon sa labas. I-close mo na ulit yung door mo. Hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. After 14 days namin, nagstay pa kami on another hotel for another 14 days. That's already 28 days. Diba? 28 days. Pwede na kami makalabas sa room namin, pero hindi kami pwedeng lumabas ng hotel. Ganun yun. So that's 28 days. Now, from that city, Tianjin, nag-fly na kami papunta dito na Haimen because we are based in Haimen. Dito very strict din. Pagpasok mo ng airport, meron ding inspection. Meron ding swab test na gagawin sa iyo. Tapos dadalhin ka nila ulit sa another hotel for quarantine. So ngayon, ito na. Nandito ako ngayon sa hotel for another 7 days. And if everything is okay, then you can go back to your working station. So ganun sila ka-strict mag-implement ng kanilang policy. Hindi sila tawag nito yung parang okay na, yung parang ganun pwede na, maraming excuses. I want to mention the name. Pero our politicians sometimes, sila din mismo ang nagbe-break ng kanilang policy. Right? So dapat true to all. Walang special treatment. Ganun dapat. Ganun sila dito eh. Next, ang pinaka na-appreciate ko sa kanila is yung kanilang excellent logistics. Which is, I don't know why Philippines did not really do this one. Kaya naman natin gawin, guys. Pero hindi lang talaga natin siniseryoso. Excellent logistics. Pag sinabi natin excellent logistics, yung clear ang instruction, clear ang process, lahat klaro. Like, pagpasok mo ng airport, ilalagay na nila yung name mo, lahat na information mo, na nila yon, kukunin sa iyo. Including the result of your test, ilalagay na yan nila sa isang platform. Na kapag nakalagay ka na doon, kahit saan ka pumunta ng city, mamomonitor nila. Kunyari, pumasok ka sa isang airport, ibibigay mo lang yung passport mo, i-enter lang nila yung passport mo, automatically lalabas saan ka galing, tapos tawag nito, anong mga results mo, ano yung history ng medical, results mo. Ganon. Sa ating papel-papel pa rin tayo, we are very backward. Pwede naman natin gawin yun sana. Iba-iba tayo, meron tayo kanya-kanyang proseso. Iba ang proseso ng Jensen, iba ang proseso ng Coronadal City, iba ang proseso ng Polomolo, something like that. Sada, isa na yun, isahan. Diba? So, ganun sila ka-clear dito. Very clear ang kanilang processes. Parang lang yan sa mga processes na alam ninyo na sometimes pag mag-a-attend kayo ng training, marami akong naririnig ng mga teachers na ang dami-daming sinasabi kasi hindi klaro ang proseso. That is CI will comes in. I like that CI na in-introduce dyan sa Jensen. Not only in Jensen, I think in the whole Philippines na gumagamit na ng CI technology because the CI technology will give you a clear processes, at defined processes, yun yung kulang natin. So, andun pa tayo sa proseso of improving our logistics. Okay? Next. Ang pinakamaganda dito sa kanila, they are law-abiding citizens. Yung lahat sila nagpa-follow pag sinabi ng president nila, okay, ganito gawin nyo, huwag kayong lumabas. Hindi talaga sila lalabas. Eh, ang Pilipino, tayo. Pag sinabi na huwag lalabas, maraming excuses. So, kaya hindi natin masugpo-sugpo itong pag-fight ng COVID-19. Okay? Dahil pang mga reklamo. Okay? We like to blame others. Okay? We like to blame others. And then we like to compare ourselves with others. Nakikita ko sa Facebook, compare yung bakit ang Pilipinas hindi natin na-follow yung ganitong bansa? Like, for example, Vietnam. Bakit ang Vietnam ang hirap-hirap ng kanilang place? Pero bakit tawag nito na control nila ang pag-spread ng COVID-19? Well, to tell you, Vietnam is a communist country. So pag sinabi ng kanilang president, ganito ang gagawin, lahat will follow. Not in the Philippines, because we are a democratic country. Pag sinabi ng presidente ganito gawin, ang dami-dami nag-oppose. Pag sinabi naman ng kabila ganito ang gagawin, ang daming-daming nag-oppose. Why we could not support our government? Yeah, why we could not support our government? Ako, I'm not a DDS, I'm not a Dilawan. What I want is to support our government. Kahit sino pang nakaupo dyan, let us support them. Okay? Kasi tingnan niyo, kayo, history teacher kayo, AP teacher kayo. Mula noon ba, hanggang ngayon, pag sinong umuupo ba, nasasatisfy ba ang mga Filipinos? Of course not. Yun yung problema sa atin because we do not support our government. So, walang dilawan. It is really politics now, but this is one way para mag-unite tayo. I mean, kailangan mag-unite tayong mga Filipinos in order to fight this COVID-19. Na pag sinabi ng government ganito gawin, we should follow them. Okay? Kasi yan yung nakikita namin. Ang mga Pinoy actually, pag pinupunta ng ibang bansa, masunurin. I went to Hong Kong. Very strict ang Hong Kong. Pag sinabi ng government ganito, ang mga Filipino nakaka-follow. Yun lang talaga nakikita ko. Na pag sa ibang bansa, law-abiding citizens talaga yung mga tao nila. Kahit yung mga foreigners, nagpa-follow. So, merong dangerous din na inaibigay yung democratic country, right? Okay? Tingnan mo yung, I'll tell you, United States. Look at United States. They are a democratic country right now. Pero number 1 sila ngayon sa COVID-19. Ang dami-dami din nilang cases. Because some of them opt to follow the rules or the policies given by the government. So, ganun siya. So, sa ganitong pagkakataon, I'll give a 5-star to the communist country. Because sila yung talagang nakapag-confine ng COVID-19 because they are very strict. And then, pag sinabi na natin communist country, negative na kaagad yung sa isip natin. Na parang mo ba sinasabi na wala na kayong freedom? Ako, before ako pumunta ng China, I will tell you, marami akong mga negative sa isip ko. In fact, naggawa ako ng research before ako pumunta dito. But then I realized, hindi naman pala. Exaggerated lang yung mga nababasa natin sa Facebook at sa social media. Remember, information in social media are not gospels. Meaning to say, not all are true. So before you're going to click share, or like, you should also screen if the information that you're sharing is correct or not. Okay? So, ganun tayo dapat. So, these are the practices in China. Bakit sila very successful in fighting COVID-19? Now, malapit na tayong matapos. Time check is tama-tama lang talaga. It's 11:52. I have 8 minutes left. So, asa na ngayon ang China? Well, China is already back to normal. Makakita ka na ng mga tao. Actually, parang alien ka dito pag gumagamit ka ng face mask. Pag lalabas ka, tapos naka-face mask ka, yung mga tao parang titingin sa iyo. It's like for them, it's not anymore normal. Okay? So back to normal na. We are having, sorry for the spelling, we are having already our face-to-face classes. For me, well, I'm using the online teaching right now kasi bawal pa kami pumasok na doon sa campus namin kasi sila nag-face-to-face na. Matagal na. Nagsimula sila noong April. Nag-face-to-face sila. Ganon. Then people can go to the mall without face mask. Ganon na sila ngayon dito. So, back to normal na. Okay? Ganon. So, one thing that I want also to share to you is yung nababasa ko rin sa Facebook na this is very discriminating. Yung sisihin natin in China because they are responsible for COVID-19. I think it's really inappropriate when you're going to do that. Paano kung sa Pilipinas nagsimula yun? Right? You ask that question to yourself. Kasi you are aralin panlipunang teacher and I'm sure you are sensitive on this particular topic na hindi dapat tayo nagsisisi ng ibang tao. Kasi kung nangyari yan sa ating bansa, for sure, ganun din tingin ng ibang foreigner sa atin. Right? Now, bakit tayo may COVID-19? That is because we alter the natural process. Wala nang pagkain na maayos eh. Kung gagawin, kakain na lang tayo ng mga kung ano-ano dyan sa gilid na carrier pala ito ng mga virus. So it will boil down into altering the natural process why we are having coronavirus right now. So that's the bottom line. The bottom line is we are suffering these diseases right now because our planet Earth could not anymore provide us quality air, quality water, quality food. Ganon. Dahil sa kulang na ang resources, inubos na natin lahat, so kakain na lang tayo ng kung ano-ano, fats at kung ano-ano pa. At doon natin nakukuha yung mga sakit na ito. Okay? So I hope na meron kayong nakuha sa araw na ito. So medyo maiksi lang yung time, pero I hope na meron kayong nakuha kahit paano. So, do you have any questions? Okay. May questions po kayo? Okay, I'm done already. So, thank you so much for your listening. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Hi, Pedang.
Sir Dante,
Hi.
time and very informative. Teachers, baka may tanong po kayo kay Sir Dante.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Sir, pwede ako magtanong.
Go, sir.
May Facebook pala dyan sa China. So, akala ko, Sir, ban.
Yeah, you're correct. That's why I told you. That's why I told you a while ago, baka magkaroon ng problema sa signal kasi we are not using Google and Facebook in here. We are using VPN. Yung VPN na ito binibili din, syempre, para makapag-connect ka dyan sa Pilipinas, sa Facebook, sa Google, like that.
Okay, curious lang po, Sir. Teachers,
Yeah, it's okay.
Ask po kayo kay Sir Dante. And dito, very informative. Thank you very much, Sir Dante. Ingat po from Jennifer.
Thanks.
Sir Alvin,
Yes po.
wala ako sa laptop so I shift to my cellphone.
Okay po, Madam. Go ahead, Madam.
May question ako kay Sir Dante. Not really a question but I may just ask Sir Dante's opinion about this. Kasi you were mentioned na I forget that. But this is my question. Do you believe, Sir Dante, that there are underground players who made this virus just to control the world economy?
Well, I could not really say because I don't have the evidence. Yeah, I like the question, but I could not really say yes. I could not really say no because I don't have basis. Yeah, I don't want to give hearsay answer in here. But if ever meron man, if ever meron man, so I think it's between the two big countries, right? And if ever, I'm saying you, if ever meron man, I think it's like a war, it's a cold war between the two big countries. As you know, the other country is saying, oh, you are actually spying us. That's why they ought not to accept their products, the product of the other country. So, sa kabila naman sinasabi nila, ginawa niyo ito para masira, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Yeah. So, you can really say, I can really say, and I can feel that here actually in China. I can really say na parang may Cold War. But I don't know the real score about this COVID-19, yung tanong mo kanina. I just want to be more specific na yung tanong mo kanina, I don't have any idea. I could not give comments on that because I don't have facts here. But parang nafe-feel ko lang, sa akin lang to, nafe-feel ko that there is like a Cold War between the two countries because they are like, parang ano sila tawag nito, they are
Raising power.
yeah, they are racing into power. That's right, they are racing into power. Yeah, as you know, ang China po ay parang magna-number one na sa economy. I don't know if you hear that news. That's why the other country don't like that, of course, because matagal na panahon pa, sila na yung number one doon. And then I can really say na parang okay ang China when it comes to economy kasi nakikita mo sa paligid mo. Everywhere you will go here, parang nakikita mo ang establishment, ang lalaki. Dati hindi naman ganun, di ba? Nakikita natin sa mga pictures before, hindi naman ganun sila. Pero ang bilis ng mga pangyayari. So ganun, because of racing into that power na sinasabi mo, parang may Cold War. But I could not say na when it comes into making this virus para masira yung economy, I don't have basis on that. I hope, ma'am, I satisfied your
Sure, sir.
question.
I am actually opinion, not deeper into a basis, di ba?
Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah.
Another, Sir Dante, a follow-up question.
Go, ma'am.
The two terms. Pandemia or again versus pandemia.
What? Pandemia?
Pandemia versus
Wala.
pandemia. Meaning there is really a plan behind this spreading of coronavirus to
Just like what I said, I could not comment on that because I don't have any basis at all. But pandemic, sabihin natin, it's a natural process actually, ma'am. It happens before, remember? It happens before. And it will happen again. Why I'm telling you this? Because virus, that's as corona to be more specific, are actually mutating. Nag-mutate siya. So kunyari, naka-develop na sila ngayon ng vaccine in order to stop the spreading of the virus. Kasi ganito yun. Ang antidote na ma-discover nila ay hindi to kill the the virus. Hindi siya intended to kill the virus. That is only intended to not let the virus multiply. Did you get my point? To stop the virus to invade the cell and multiply. That is the main purpose of the antidote, but it's not actually to kill the virus. So the virus is in your body. Hindi lang sila makapag-multiply. Okay? But remember, there is a natural process called mutation. Mutation are sudden changes on the component of the molecules of the organism because of the environment. So pwedeng mag-mutate sila into other kind of virus na hindi na effective yung antidote na na-discover ng mga scientists natin. So, ganun siya. So I can say probably pag sinabi natin pandemic, it's like a natural process. Yeah? It's like a natural process. Ako, naisip ko lang habang tinitingnan ko yung mga tao, I can really say na tama si Charles Darwin. Yung process of evolution, tinitingnan ko, time will come, ang mga tao, maliit na yung kanilang lungs. Because our lungs now, ganyan yung shape niya, kasi we need to inhale more oxygen, right? And expel carbon dioxide. But because of what is happening, ginawa natin, tinakpan natin yung ating bunganga, yung bibig at saka ilong. So we could not inhale very well the oxygen. And that could develop into a new kind of features in our body, like maliit na lungs. Maliit na yung magiging lungs natin in the future. But we could not observe that because it happens very, very slow. So, yung sinasabi ko na yung pandemic, for me, it's just a natural process that people should deal with. Yeah.
Thank you. Sir, wait sa chat box.
Sige, sir.
Is it possible that this COVID-19 is just a way to eliminate numbers of population? Yan po ay galing kay Benjamin May Amistad from Spread.
A way na ginawa siya, pag sinabi mong ginawa siya, well, we don't have evidence in saying na ginawa siya. But if you're gonna ask me a question, is it possible na gumawa ng virus? The answer is yes. It is really possible na pwede tayong gumawa ng another virus in the laboratory. But when you're gonna ask you a question, pag ginawa ba ito siya para mabawasan yung population natin? I could not say yes. I could not either say no because I don't have any cases. Okay, but what I know that this virus is part of our environment. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question po, sir.
Go, sir.
Sir Salvacion Paras. Sir, do you consider COVID-19 virus a biochemical weapon? I'm also curious with your opinion, sir. Just your opinion po, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Opinion ni Sir Dante.
Yeah, please. This is just my opinion. I could not also say that. It's like what I told you. I could not say yes. I could not say no. Because I don't